So BMW stopped making the M3 E30 about 30 years ago, but actually, they've kind of been making it again this year, just under a slightly different name. This is the 220i, and probably the closest thing that BMW make to the M3 E30. Stay with me, okay? I'm going to show you some similarities. We'll start off underneath the bonnet. 1 second. Okay. So, well, you've got the inline 4 that gives you basically the same amount of power as the 4-pot that you find in the E30. They still power the rear wheels, which is completely different to the weird looking 2 Series Grand Coupe, because that powers the front wheels. What's that? You want some more similarities? Sure, 0 to 60 time is about the same. You want more? Fine. Wheel arches. Big, bold, beautiful, look like they've just been taken from the E30. I am not clutching at straws, I promise you. Speaking of looks, have you seen the front of the current M3? I mean, that's a face that even a mother would struggle to love. The 2 Series, on the other hand, looks far better, particularly if spec'd in Thundernight Metallic, which is probably the best name for a colour I've ever heard. This isn't that, by the way. This is red. Now, the M3 has gotten a lot faster over the last few decades, but the speed limit has basically stayed the same. So really, the 220i's M3 E30 echoing performance stats, they might not sound that exciting, but with day-to-day driving, it's not terrible. It's easy to live with. Now, the soundtrack in this car isn't something that's going to get you super hot under the collar. So if I stay quiet, let me just come to a stop. I'll stay quiet and then you can have a listen. You ready? Here we go. It's okay. It's like a baby lion roar, a little cub roar. That's what it sounds like. It's got a 2-litre engine and a very reasonable 300 Newton meters of torque. So actually it doesn't take too much thrashing to get it up to speed. But I'll be honest, when I was on the M25 earlier, I wanted it to go just a little bit faster. 0 to 62 takes 7.5 seconds, which on paper is fast, yeah? But today, I mean, you can buy a brand new Kia Sportage family SUV that does 0 to 62 in 7.7 seconds. 0.2 of a second difference between that and this. So I just wanted it to go a little smidge faster. But in terms of country roads, I mean, living the dream. It's lovely. I mean, in terms of modern suspension technology, it rolls hardly ever in corners, especially if you compare it to the M3 like we have been. For when you just want to get to the destination though, the 220i is a great cruiser. It is refined. It is comfortable. Trust me, I should know, because I got stuck in a 2-hour traffic jam over the weekend, and honestly, I didn't mind so much because it was actually quite a nice car to sit in traffic in. And for a sporty coupe, it's really quite practical. Now on this 220i, you do not get a manual gearbox option. Now before you start tapping away on your keyboards, fun fact, they hardly sold any stick shift versions last time. And this has got an 8-speed automatic. It's very nice and smooth. It's very responsive. I mean, it knows exactly what you want it to do and it knows exactly how to do it. It's lovely. See that? That's exactly where I would have changed gear as well. I need to drive more efficient, don't I? Oh. This isn't the kind of car that you want to drive efficiently. I want to put my foot down and have a bit of fun with it. Now in here, it looks like a 4 Series. It's basically because it is. It's a 4 Series plonked into a 2 Series. There are some nice details in here. Like I like the wraparound stitching around here. I think that looks quite nice. Digital dials are nice and easy to use. I mean, you've got a head-up display, Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, which is handy because I always forget my cable. Down here, with the iDrive system, I mean, BMW just make everything so easy and straightforward to use. Thank you, BMW, for doing that. I love that. In here, wireless phone charging. I don't tend to use it as often because it makes my phone really hot. I don't know if you ever get the same thing, but there we go. Oh, let's test out the cup holders. See if that fits in nicely. Beautiful. Doesn't even wiggle, that's nice. Cubbies, cubbies, cubbies for days, door bins, separate one for your cup as well. I mean, it's all very lovely and very comfortable. Oh, special shout out to BMW seats. Always feels like you're sitting in them rather than on them, if that makes sense. I like that. Back here we have a 390 litre boot, which is 20 litres larger than what you've got in the old 2 Series. The rear seats, well, I mean, it's a coupe. So let's see how easy it is to get a full-sized human being back here. Electric. I wasn't expecting that to be electric, but there we go. Very slow electric. Okay. That wasn't bad. How do you get that? Okay, my head is on the ceiling and this is moving back to probably touch my knees. Yeah, it's touching my knees. I'm 5'6". I mean, it's not horrendous back here. I don't want to spend that much time. What's this supposed to be? What's this for? Phones or something? Cup holders? I think you might get a headache after a while from having your head stuck to the top. Not good. Don't come in here with your hair up. There's the tip from me to you. It'll be a lot cheaper to drive than an E30 M3, with a combined economy figure of 44.8 miles per gallon. So the 220i is just as fast as the M3 E30, slightly bigger, looks similar-ish. This is way more efficient. This is a lot cheaper as well, just under 35 grand, because let's be honest, if you're looking at buying an M3 E30, that's probably gone up in price by a good couple of grand throughout the time that you've been watching this video, so sorry about that. But look, all round, this is much better than its spiritual predecessor. But the one question you have to ask yourself, would you rather save some money and go for something like this, that's modern, a smoother drive, much more efficient and has much better tech, or go for a classic that just sounds really cool and looks nice? Oh, I think I'd rather the E30, which I don't have on me, so... Oh! The perfect crime